So, I'm moving. As if I haven't done this enough, in 3.5 weeks, I am going to be moving across the ocean again. I am going to be leaving Paris, where I've lived for almost 5 years, and moving to New York City. I'm so excited and so terrified of the move, like doing an international move again after 5 years basically of not doing this. I've collected quite a bit of junk, like more than I kind of realized. Not junk, you know, obviously things that are useful and all of that, but a lot of it's not going to come with me. I have already spent the better part of this morning going through my clothes. I had already started to kind of like separate stuff for months, basically. I've been like, I knew this was going to be a lot in the last few weeks, but I officially like packaged stuff up for donations, for recycling. So I have that basically ready to go. Shoes as well. Most of my shoes are not coming with me. If you know me, then you know that I wear my shoes to death. So a lot of my shoes are in really bad condition anyway. It is so warm, by the way. Like, I'm sorry if I continue to like touch my face, but it is super warm, and I have the windows cracked a little bit. So that's the road noise that you're hearing from the street. Anyway, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I'm moving. I've talked about it a little bit there. I'm sure by the time I even upload this vlog, I will have talked about it a lot more. Maybe I'll already be in New York when I upload this vlog, probably actually. But currently, you know, as of today, where I'm filming this clip, I am still here in Paris and everything is in shambles. Brace yourselves and please don't judge me, but this is the state of my desk right now. And it is so stressful as someone who loves a clean desk. And I've got like junk over here that's all like being packed up. There's League of Legends on the TV. I'm watching the championships. It is not in a good state and it stresses me out, but I've only had it in this state for a couple of days because I'm starting to kind of pack things up, and I'm going to have to do a lot better because I still have 3.5 weeks before I leave, and I'm still working from home at least 3 days a week. So yeah, and writing on the weekends. I mean, there's plenty of reasons I need a clean desk. So I am not going to do a complete step-by-step of my move, I'm sure, because I already know by the time it gets to actually packing the bags, to actually taking the flight and everything, it's going to be a mess, and I'm not gonna wanna have my camera out. It's gonna be stressful enough, but I will definitely be filming at least some stuff. I will be Instagramming and stuff as well. I have no idea what I'm gonna film when I actually get to New York because I have to find an apartment. I don't have anything lined up yet because it's very difficult to do from afar. So it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but I am doing my research. I'm talking to quite a few people who I know or who are like friends of friends who are in New York, so I can get some tips, and hopefully it'll go okay. We'll see. It is gonna be a kind of long and complicated process of getting settled there. Not gonna go into like a lot of details. I'm just gonna focus on the stuff that I want to focus on this channel, which is, you know, travel and seeing new places and experiencing new places. New York is, yes, technically in my home country, but very, very different from the place that I grew up in. I grew up in the Midwest in a kind of small little suburby town, and even the closest big city was not New York or LA or Chicago or any of those really, really big cities. I am just not a big city person from childhood. I've lived in Paris for 5 years, so I have no doubt that that's gonna help me quite a bit. It's already helped me quite a bit in kind of knowing how to navigate the apartment finding process and the subway, which I have taken before as a tourist. But it is a completely different city, and I know that New York has quite a bit to offer and to challenge me that Paris, you know, just doesn't, because it's just simply a different city in a different country. Already there's so many different pieces to figure out. The apartment, moving of the things here, and of course the cats, which I'm very nervous about, being a very protective cat mom. I'm nervous about flying with them. We can take them on the plane with us because their weight and size are perfectly fine. So basically one pet per person is the allowance. So we're gonna be flying over together with both of them, so that's perfectly fine. But they're not gonna be coming with me next month in 3.5 weeks when I leave. They are not gonna be coming with me. It's just gonna be me for the first like venture, for the first leg of the trip. So as I said, it's going to be quite complicated. Anyway, I digress. I'm really excited, and I think you can probably tell by the amount of babbling I'm doing how nervous and excited I am. But I just wanted to share a few little updates as I'm kind of officially now starting the packing and preparation. Except for like admin preparation and things that I've been doing for months and months and months. But right now I'm starting the fun stuff that I can actually vlog about. So I'm gonna get back to packing and going through stuff and watching the LPL, League of Legends Championship, on TV, because I constantly have League of Legends games going on in the background now. I'm obsessed. All right, we are just days away, people, days away. It is Monday right now. It's very warm outside because it's August and I'm still making myself hot tea. Don't judge me. This is just the way that I am. So it's Monday and Friday morning, I get on a plane to New York. Honestly, I have no idea where the time has gone. It's been ages, and now that it's here, it feels like it sneaked up on me somehow still. I have a cat at my feet. Are you going to miss me? This is how I always have white hairs all over my clothes and black hairs on all of my lighter colored clothes. Anyway, now that I've covered myself in hair, things have been going okay. I have officially been able to start sending requests for apartment tours, which is something that I really couldn't do in advance, and already I think I'm probably still in advance. It works so quickly when you're renting. Really good apartments are not gonna stay on the market for more than a few days even, when we're talking good apartments, good prices, good deals and stuff, which is obviously what I hope I could get. We'll see what I end up actually being able to get. Packing has been another thing that I have both tried to put off as much as possible, because otherwise I will start packing months in advance if I just kind of let myself go. So I really tried to keep myself like reined in. And also, I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but it's kind of going to be a step-by-step process. I'm going to be going over first, getting settled, getting admin stuff and basic sort of logistics settled in New York, and then I'm going to be coming back to France for a few days. Then cats are coming over with us, and then my husband is going to go back to France for a little bit for various reasons, and then he will be joining us later. So it's kind of like a multi-step process. It's never straightforward. I mean, international moves are never straightforward. You might remember that when I came to France, I also had a little bit of like hopping around and trying to figure out, you know, the best way to complete all of the life tasks, the admin tasks. Work is also a thing that, you know, has to be balanced. It's never easy, but it is worth it in my experience so far. So I really, really hope that New York is going to be everything that I want it to be. It'll take some time to get there, but I still have hope. I actually ended up getting a new suitcase as well for this move, but also just kind of a long time coming. The suitcase that I had before, I have been using that thing since before Bristol. So my first international move was like 8 years ago now, 8.5 years ago now. How long has it been? Hang on. 8 years. It's been 8 years. I'm rushing things. But still, 8 years is a long time, and that suitcase wasn't even new. I'm pretty sure I had that suitcase, I think I took it to Spain when I visited Spain like 10 years ago. So that was a really old suitcase. 2 out of the 4 wheels were broken and the cats had scratched all over it. It was a mess. So something new was definitely in order, and I have it right here. I will show it to you. I think already a cat has scratched that a little bit, but here is the suitcase. It is, I guess, a Samsonite. Don't mind the mess in this corner. This is the suitcase. It's actually a little bit bigger than the one I had before. I was actually hoping to find the exact same size, but it wasn't really possible. Oh my gosh, my hair. It's really warm today, guys. Please just pardon the hair and everything else. I wanted to find something that was the same size, but I couldn't, and it was better to go a little bit bigger than a little bit smaller. So I will have to be very, very careful not to overstuff it and to fill it with things that are not super, super heavy. We will see. Wish me luck. It's very difficult to move internationally. And with this particular international move, I don't have a carry-on suitcase either. Before, I would always take a checked suitcase and a carry-on suitcase. This time, I will have my violin with my first flight as my carry-on. And then the second flight, I will have a cat. So I am not going to have a carry-on suitcase at all. But with that, I think I need to go find a fan because I'm getting very warm. It was a bad idea to turn that kettle on and make myself tea, but I wanted tea. So I'm gonna find a fan, turn it on, and get back to work because my lunch break is over. It is Monday and I have to get back to work. So today is officially my second full day in the new apartment, or I should say my second morning. I moved in technically 2 days ago, so I've had 2 nights and now 2 mornings here, and this is my first morning with actual coffee. Yesterday I had to deal with an instant coffee because I didn't have my coffee maker yet. I look like a wreck. I got an actual good night's sleep last night for the first time because the night before I didn't sleep well. I didn't have curtains on my windows or anything, so I felt really exposed to the neighbors and everything as I was trying to sleep. got my curtains. Things are piecing together very slowly. For the moment, I'm gonna eat my bagel, which I'm very, very excited about. I got cinnamon raisin bagels. I swear, when I went to the store, my first grocery run, my second grocery run, my first grocery run was buying cleaning products and practical things, but my second grocery run, when I actually got groceries, I bought all of the things I missed the most. Bagels is one of them. So I'm gonna finish my bagel, I'm gonna eat my little cutie, and I'm going to drink my coffee, and then I will catch up with you when I hopefully look a little bit better. Okay, I failed hardcore at this whole vlogging thing because it is the next day. At the end of the day, actually, it's about 5:30 right now. The last week and a half has been such a blur. I massively, I think, underestimated how overwhelming it would all be. At the same time, I was like super anxious and nervous about it, so maybe not. I just have had no downtime, and when I've had downtime, like even when I'm sitting there watching Netflix or YouTube, which I have been doing some to try and like unwind in the evenings, I've been multitasking and doing stuff. But I have a coffee machine. When you saw me yesterday, that was the first coffee that I had made with that coffee machine. Did I say that yesterday? I don't even remember. I am so scattered. I have a toaster as of today, so I can toast my bagels now. I think I'm finally coming to a moment where I've kind of checked the boxes of everything super urgent when I first move in that I had to absolutely do. But tomorrow I start work. I know a lot of people are gonna ask for an apartment tour. Every time I talk about moving, even from apartment to apartment in Paris, every time I talked about moving, I always got requests for an apartment tour. I know that those are so popular on YouTube, but I have just never felt like I wanted to do one, at least not an official one. I will definitely show you different aspects of the apartment, but I'm not gonna do an official tour. And I even have a better reason this time because my apartment is empty. I'm sitting here in the bedroom right now, and you'll hear it's not as echoey as it was yesterday in the main room, because the main room is much bigger and it's very empty. I have my bed that I'm sitting on with the most boring, like college, you know, university comforter. I literally bought it from Target, from the college dorm area, because I needed something literally within a matter of hours. Otherwise I was going to be sleeping that evening on a bare mattress if I didn't buy sheets and a comforter like right away. That's where I am right now. It is really like university days all over again. And then in the main room, all I have is a desk and a chair so far, so that I can do my work. So all of the other things, table and chairs is in the works, maybe eventually a couch, that would be nice. That's all gonna come much, much later. I'm just gonna kind of spread out the purchases and the deliveries and all of that so that I can kind of manage things. And also, every time I get a piece of furniture, IKEA or otherwise, I have to put it together. I don't have someone here who can help me. I mean, technically I have friends, but I don't have someone immediately here who I can, you know, coerce into helping me with the IKEA furniture. So everything I'm figuring out by myself, and that's quite something for me. I have always lived with someone or lived in a dorm sort of environment where I don't have to completely furnish everything myself. So it's quite an experience, but I'm really happy. I really like where I am. I really, really like the area, the neighborhood, the vibe. I think it'll be pretty easy to commute as well because I'll be working in Manhattan, but I'm not living in Manhattan. I can't afford Manhattan. I have no idea what videos are coming next. I can honestly not end this the typical YouTuber way and say, subscribe to my channel for more videos about this. I have no idea what I'm gonna do, but it is just gonna be about my life and my cats and travel whenever travel becomes a thing again. Please do give this video a like if you enjoyed seeing my suffering or if you enjoyed the chaotic nature of this vlog, because that is probably what's to come in future vlogs. If you have been following me since the beginning, you have seen me in the US, in the UK, in Spain, in the US again, in France, and now back to the US. So it's probably like whiplash maybe, or maybe it's just so slow that it doesn't feel like it, but some days it feels like whiplash to me. But thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around if you have, and if you're just joining now, then welcome. This is what it's gonna be like. It's kind of chaotic, it's kind of haphazard, but that's just how it is right now. Maybe one day I'll be back on an editorial calendar, but today is not that day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon in another video.